Hey everyone, and welcome back to Cook the Books. I'm your host CJ. Today, every single team in the NBA is playing, so we are going to be looking at some bets for the last day of the NBA season. Playoffs are starting this upcoming week. We got the play-in games, and then once that's all done, the full NBA playoffs kicks off. So last game of the season, all NBA teams are in action today. We're going to be taking a look at some props of mainly the games that are, important, because a lot of these, I will just stress that no matter if you're taking picks from this video, any other video, Twitter, wherever you see a play today, or just doing betting on your own, be careful with just how everything is laid out. Because if you're betting on games where, things don't really matter if those teams win or lose, then, there's not really going to be much incentive for these guys to really play all out. And we already know that in the NBA, a lot of these guys kind of just take the night off anyways. Once it gets to the third quarter, blowout starts happening. Guys just put their feet up, kick back on the bench. And, they're definitely going to do that in the last game of the year when nothing's really on the line. So first prop we're going to be kicking off with is Kelly Oubre. If you look at the chart, he's been just tearing it up. This is kind of a weird line. I don't know if it's just because of the spread, but this is because the spread on this game is 15.5 in favor of Philly. However, this is an important game for Philly. So they are going to want to come out and dominate. And we don't think that, even if they get a big lead here, they're still going to leave guys like Oubre in, and Tobias Harris, those kind of more, I don't want to call them role players because they're not necessarily role players, but, they're not the main superstars that they're going to be pulling to save for the playoffs, not risk injury. They're going to be playing guys like Oubre some more minutes. And if you look at his past 10 games, he's hitting 8 out of the last 10 in 7 straight here. And his line is 12.5 points, and he's hitting well above that in all these games. If you look at his minutes, he's getting an average of 33 minutes a night. Some of these games he's popping up into the 40s, almost 50 against San Antonio a couple of nights ago. So, he's hitting right around like that 28-30 mark with an average of 33. And then if you look at just small forwards against Brooklyn, I think, the last 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 of the last 13 have hit their mark against them. So, favorable matchup. If you look at the head-to-head, he's hitting all 5 of the last 5 games that they've played. And 2 out of 2 for the 2 games that they played this season with 16 and 30. So the play that we're going to be going with for this game is Kelly Oubre over 12.5 points. You can get that on most books right now for -115 if you guys are watching this at night when this goes live. Or I guess this is early morning now. Depending on where it is, just shop the line around, make sure that you get the best price. But we are liking Kelly Oubre over 12.5 points. Moving on to our next prop, we're going to be taking a look at that Suns game. So this is big for Minnesota because if they win this game, and I believe it's the Nuggets or OKC loses, then they would slide into that top seed. Big advantage having that top seed. So we expect Minnesota to come out here and actually play with some fire here. Same thing with the other side, Phoenix. I think if they win and the Pelicans lose would be the scenario. Then they lock up that 6th seed and they don't have to be in the play-in game. So this should be a competitive game. And we're looking at Karl-Anthony Towns, over 8.5 rebounds and assists. He's hitting 7 of the last 8 games. And, the line is 9 here. So, he's hitting 17, 13, 13, 11, 17, 13. He's hitting well above it. And if you look at the head-to-head, he's hitting 4 out of the last 4. They played earlier this season. He had 9. The history versus Phoenix is good. And then, if you look at him for the season, he's hitting at an 82% rate at this line. So, here's another one. It's an important game. He's going to want to show up. He's going to show out. And he's hitting an 82% of games this season. So, Karl-Anthony Towns, we're going to take the big cat over 8.5 rebounds and assists. Go ahead and lock that in. That is quickly becoming a favorite play. As you can see, that it's already bumped to 9.5 on a couple of books. You can find it on DraftKings, Caesars, BetMGM, a couple others at that 8.5 line. So go ahead and snag that one. Looking at our last prop, we're going to be taking a look at Herbert Jones over 8.5 points. This is a pretty low line considering his average for the season is 10.9 points per game. And you can see that he's hit over this line in 64% of his games this year. He's playing at home, where he's over in 17 of the last 30, 9 of the last 15. And if you really look as of late, for the last 5, this is another one where they have to win this game in order to lock up that final spot, so they don't have to even worry about Phoenix winning against Minnesota. and then possibly having to play in the play-in game. And on the flip side, they got the Lakers that are going to be going hard against them, because I think if they win, then they'd lock up the 8th seed is what it would be. So this is going to be another competitive game. Jones has been playing a lot better. And if we just look at his recent minutes, his minutes are up to 37.6 per game. That is a little bit due to Brandon Ingram being out. He is a game time decision for this. If he doesn't play, that benefits us a little bit. But even if he does play, I mean, just looking at the numbers, we can filter for him. So with Brandon Ingram, he's hitting in 65% of games this season, and then without him, 61%. So I mean, not much of a difference. So I mean, either way, this is going to be a good line to look at. 8.5 points. Again, that's 2-3 points below his season average. And he's been getting more minutes as of late, even with Brandon Ingram. He's hitting this line in 61% of games. So Herbert Jones over 8.5 points is our last prop. And again, I just want to stress, be careful with what you're betting today, because a lot of these games are not important to a lot of these teams. So just make sure to, really pay attention to which ones are the important matchups, and, try to take advantage of that. And on the flip side of that, there's going to be some of these games where you can find some lines on guys that, normally wouldn't play these big minutes, but they're going to tomorrow. You can make some good money on that. So something to look out for. But yeah, anyways, the full betting card, we'll run through it real quick again. We got Kelly Oubre over 12.5 points. Karl-Anthony Towns over 8.5 rebounds and assists. And then our last prop, Herbert Jones over 8.5 points. That's the full free betting card. If you guys want everything that we are going to be playing today, all of our best bets, check out the VIP down in the description down below if you guys are interested. And as always, if you guys are new here, like, comment, subscribe. All things help the channel grow. Good luck if you guys are tailing the bets. And as always, let's cook the books.